Hello and welcome. My name is Bushpot, and today we are playing Thea, The Awakening, with the Return of Giants DLC as well, and there's also multiplayer DLC, I think. But anyways, let's hop right in. So, I have played the game a little bit, as you see with me having level 3 in Savrog? We'll go with Savlog, as I butcher the pronunciation. So yeah, I'm level 3 with this, and great. So, I don't really want to play as Savrog though this time around. Instead, get 1 damage and 2 ranged. Alright. The Lord of Night, Master of the Moon. But even you were cursed. Well, struck down when the cursed darkness came. Install your mantle. Creatures of the night that once were yours now serve you no more. The sun and the moon have returned, and so now is time to strike back, to take what was yours and guide your human worshippers into a better future. So, basically, in this game, let's start changing some things from novice to just not novice. How is it paid? I don't know how you pay a reshuffle. I can just turn off saves and... Is that multiple saves? Because I kind of need a save game. I assume that's multiple saves. Realism. No, I don't. Realism on. This is good enough, I'd say. So yeah, let's get right into the game. So, what is Thea the Awakening? Basically, it's kind of like Civ 5 in a microscopic scale, is the best way I could put it. Really, the best way to show you would be, well, the best way to tell you how to do it, or what this game is about, is to just show you it. But basically, we have a god, which technically we are the god, and we control what our people do and all of that wonderful stuff. So we see our 10 villagers that we start with and our 1 village.
Thea is awakened.
And here's our
Welcome.
little tutorial.
No time to waste. You are a deity of the high pantheon, and
this
you
is
must help
voiced
your
over, which
worshippers
is really
survive
nice.
the darkness. So what now, you ask? You are
I'm
divine,
a
yes,
deity, you know.
but you
I
have
already
little
know these
power,
things. I
and
don't
so
need
you
to
will know. All right.
Yes, I am sure. So now we just have to cook a few things, and we'll be off on our way. So this is Thea. It's a hex-based land, and we have our first expedition, our little town, Ostoya, which actually was the same. I don't know if the town names are randomly generated or if it's just Ostoya, because that was the name of my last one as well. Okay, anyways, we have warrior, 2 gatherers, and I believe craft? Yeah, crafter. So basically, these are the 3 like main characters, and then I want to go into production. I want to start grabbing some food, some of that. You can go on there. Oh. And then village overview, craft. We don't have anything to craft, but we do have food, which is great. Actually, I don't want to do that right now because we don't have any wood. We have wood there, we have fish here, so we can basically set up so we'll constantly have meat, which is great. And then let's check out these guys. So we have our medic, 4 warriors, and a crafter who can do speech damage. So the game starts you off like this, and basically your objective is to become stronger, and as time goes on you'll be getting events.
You stumble across some ruins of an old city, engulfed in mist and mystery.
You get quests which progress the story, and the story progresses, you get stronger, and then you eventually go on to win the game. The game
One of many buildings you tirelessly searched through contains a closed stash. It takes you almost an hour to open it, but luckily it's not empty.
So, yeah, a lot of it's voiceovered. I'll probably be talking over it quite a bit, but we'll see on how much I actually manage to talk over. I'll try not to talk over all of it. Okay, so here's an enemy. Basically these enemies can attack me, or they can attack my city, and, well, really it's a village. And, yeah, so you want to try and keep these guys away from you, kinda, but at the same time, I've never found it to be that big of an issue. And, oh boy, we gotta go into combat. So, we have auto-resolve and begin combat. Because we're craft fighting right now, we're going to do begin combat. So, here is the combat. We can reshuffle, surrender, or keep in play. Basically, it's a card game, per se. So let's just keep in play. Ooh, the tutorial did pop up this time. So, this is the basic concept of the game. So, initiative is just 50-50 on who goes first. After that, you play a certain number of cards, which you see down here, and this is the first unit that's going to go into combat. There are ways to change this, however, with stuff such as first action, which will change who goes first in the combat. So I'm going to start off by playing Morislavla? Sure. And then end the turn. Now the reason why I did that is the shield icon determines how much extra health you get in combat. So when you play, let's play, no, we'll play you. We'll play Polko. So, because he had a shield of 3, he got 3 extra hit points. Now those hit points will be diminished first, and then his actual hit points, where he can take injuries, will be depleted afterwards. Alright, so next we'll do Miroganivi. I don't know. And then that bat did a first action on him because he was the last in the initiative for his side, so he got put into the front. Now I can actually do the same exact thing with Ganiva. Okay, Miro. Your name's Miro now. Because it's the last in the initiative, and 5 is the highest you can do. So anyone here would have been able to get placed in front. And then I'm going to get closer with you. The question marks means that they're going to miss the first phase. which is a 2-wave battle, and then I didn't actually want to put you there, but that's fine. So now that all the cards have been played, we go into the fight phase. Now, the reason why I chose Hero to go front is, as you saw, she killed 2 bats with her attack, and then More only killed 1. This is because she had blunt damage, signified by a hammer, and that just means that she does extra damage. Alright, so now turned into the medic class. It's useful. Just cabbages, 3 random resources. Crafting is +5. However, we need a lot of wood for it. Or I can go ahead and get a resource. Now, I'm not too keen on getting a resource first, because there's not a lot you can really do with that. Whereas if we get like the smithy, if we chose a craftsman, they'd get 5 extra points in craft. So we're gonna go with that first. Ooh, we start with the pasture unlocked. I think I had to research that last time. So we have idle villagers. Let's just put you there. They can't really do a lot, sadly. The start of the game is actually really slow for some odd reason. For some odd reason. There's plenty of reason why it's slow. It's just because all of your guys are level 1 at the moment. Now, I decided to avoid that, and now that's a treasure, and I want that. Ooh. Hello there, Mr. Snake. Alright, so we're probably gonna get into a fight here. Yep. The warped snakes decided to fight us. This loadout's good enough. I'm not too bothered with loadouts, to be completely honest. Very rarely will I actually reshuffle. Alright, so played her because she's got the blunt ability and she can kill 2 people instead of just 1. However, it's unlikely that she'll be able to actually kill 2 because he has 11 health and she only has a 12 attack. I'm actually skipping that turn. So what happened there was this snake countered my tactic card. So I lost a tactic card. Alright, so let's do that. Basically, it wasn't too bad. We can first action you. You'll kill him. You'll kill him and injure him. And then you'll kill him. So it's really just stacking the odds so you always win, basically. It becomes more difficult later on when there's stronger enemies, or when there's one enemy that's very strong. Okay, here's the first time where we're actually planning an action instead of just defending. So we can choose a plain old fight, which will lead to us possibly taking injuries, possibly losing someone. We could talk them out of it, and basically it's just, yo, friendly, and then you just talk your way out of it. Or you can use tactics and just pick them off one by one. It's closer to a fight, and I'm going to choose tactics because we have mostly warriors on our side. And warriors are generally decent at tactics. You can see that he's I can't read his name because it's covered. But he's one of our best guys in tactics, even though he was one of the worst in fighting. So let's actually reshuffle, see if we can't. So we got Dob in front. Alright, so here's a tactic card. I'm going to send Dob up front, not actually because she has shield that will absorb it all, because in fights that aren't really fights, health does not matter. Well, health does not matter in the same regard as other things, such as in like a real fight. Instead, health is kind of this, just if that player is still useful in this. So like in tactics, I try and think of it as, alright, when this character gets defeated, that character is out of ideas on how to overcome the enemy's tactics. Basically. It's not really how it goes, but it's basically the same thing as a fight. So, as you see, she is down to almost half health. And we actually lost Merg. And there we go. So we finally killed them all. However, you'll see at the end, Merg is not in this list of taking injuries. And that's because she didn't actually take any real injuries.
You stumble across... You open one of the buildings.
I don't know what to do.
A strange-looking stone and metal-built affair. And you hear a clunking noise. Then a blunt thud. Before you are able to do anything, you see a skeleton charging your way.
So, we're fighting in this... We can't actually do anything else. As far as I've played the game, I've never had another option besides fight or run away in searching buildings. But usually when you fight, you get fed things. Alright. I don't want him on... this... Oh, this is actually way worse, because now we have him, and we have her instead of 2 fighters. This is why I generally don't change things. Alright. Interestingly enough, though, it doesn't matter. Well, no, it does matter quite a bit. However, yeah, I think it matters quite a bit. Because they can play that and that. Okay. So, if he attacks skeleton, we're fine. If he attacks skeleton twice, we're fine. That is, if he survives. Next, we can do that. Alright, now tactic cards allow you to do tactical things. So I can shield ally. Actually, I should have shielded him. That was kind of a dumb move. I can shield him. Well, her with the 9 that was on that card. Now the reason why I should have done it on him is so that he wouldn't take an injury if... Well, he'd take an injury because one of the hulking rats would have hit him probably. And then I'll hit you closer. Shield. Honestly, mistakes were made here. I'm trying to talk everything through, and that's kind of screwed me over. Okay, so you attack skeleton. Okay, you attack. So, yeah. He'll still survive getting hit. but he'll be on 1 hit point. Which is not good by any means. It's likely that he might die. Doesn't look like he will actually die, though, which is good. Unfortunately, he wasted his attack killing the smoking rat, but we still killed the skeleton. So,
You search the buildings
now,
and discover a
because this is a
supplies
fight,
store still intact.
you see that we've taken a wound. And unfortunately, now Hana is heavily wounded by this little blood drop. Now, what that heavy wound means is... Ooh, there's coal here. That's actually really good. It basically means that he could die, basically. So let's go the next turn and see if he dies. So, thankfully, he did not die, and he healed because I set up a camp. Basically, I always, if there's a fight, I always want at least one movement, because that's how much it costs to make a camp. It takes 1 movement point to do it. We also leveled up. So, strength is used in physical fights and a few other things. Health's basically just an overall thing. Herbalism is used in poison, and traps is used in stuff. So, pretty good. Oops, I already checked that. I wish if I clicked it, it would go away, but I have to, like, right-click it. So, our fighter got 2 health, that's really good. That's just telling us that. That's telling us we got wood. And now it's in the turn. Alright. So, now we can go back to camp. We have 1 day's worth of fuel left on this expedition. Fuel doesn't get used unless you're in camp. So you really don't need too much, but we'll join, and we'll actually have to end it here for this episode. If you enjoyed this video, it's kind of like a look at video, like, I don't really know. It's an interesting game, and I enjoy it quite a bit, and the developers are quite nice, and they've given away multiplayer for free, so awesome. I also believe there's a sale going on. Don't know if that's ended. I'm not a reliable source. However, Steam is a reliable source of telling you whether there's a sale going on Steam. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like and comment down below. And as always, I hope you guys have a wonderful day.